Been watching True Detective Judge. Have you watched the new season of that?
No, who's in True? Is this the one with Jodie Foster?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's good.
It's okay. I'm gonna have to.
It's creepy.
Okay.
I saw the season with Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
That one was kind of, they mumbled all the time. It was kind of hard to get into.
I liked Colin Farrell. I didn't really, the rest of it was all kind of a jumble, but Colin Farrell plays a good, like, drug guy doing a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
Well,
I really like
somebody
Colin
had me-
Farrell in Horrible Bosses.
Yeah.
He plays, I mean, not a huge part, but it's like, damn, that's Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Well, somebody had me watching this program on, well, this movie on Netflix called Will.
Will?
Yes, it would. I would not watch that again.
For tab is it's a first. It can be a first.
And so it was shot, and the way they shot it, it's as though they didn't have enough money to make the movie. So it's completely in the dark.
It's a secondary felony by itself, but it can be a first if it was intent to commit assault inside or something else. Or robbery. Or robbery, yeah, if it's just theft, then it's second degree. Yeah, sorry, I had to think about that one for a second.
All right, everyone, they should be bringing your clients out.
Yeah, second degree or first if it's under the whatever.
I just want to make sure I don't lose track of things. Okay, thank you. How are you feeling? Yeah, so I don't know how she wants to do it. I was just gonna bring it like on the 20th, I'd be like, look, I'm really gonna do this. And I want to.
Where do we go to pick up physical discovery? Like, I have a case that had like, there's like 12 files are too big, so you have to manually request them.
Yeah, so sometimes she doesn't want to just.
Is it a report for it?
They charge you for it?
They used to, but there was a big kerfuffle. Oh, there's a big dust up over that. That's a good point, actually. I wonder if I can just give a hard drive to them. Just like changes.
Oh, yeah, he did. He's growing up.
They're in a murder trial right now. Still talking.
Big moves.
John said they're gonna, it's in right across Salt. They said, John said they're gonna be there through the end of the week and the next week possibly.
Damn.
They're still mad intox. Yeah, they're still mad intox manslaughter. They started
That's the one.
yeah. Those intox manslaughter can take longer than murder.
Oh,
I've never had to try one, but I've seen them and they get so technical.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, what's up? What's the curiosity? Second.
And then, Hank, if you'll give me
Yeah.
those motions back and I'll put
Oh,
them back
yes,
in their
ma'am.
file.
So it's tend to commit robbery, sexual assault, arson.
Yeah, it's.
And then, do you guys have this one?
Oh, yes, ma'am. This was gonna be sent to Zahra, right?
Oh, if y'all don't agree to it, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we were.
Okay, and then also a hearing,
So what's it, don't say a
the
word.
motion to return season.
My first ex-wife's second. ex-husband. That's a guy.
He used to tell her all the time.
No, this is money, a gold and diamond necklace, black t-shirts. So that's what that is.
If it's not a gun, maybe you can just reach it.
Okay.
But this one.
Okay. Okay.
I am, I'm actually that.
And they're bringing the defendants up, right?
Gotta go upstairs and pay for your stuff, I get my stuff. I'm sorry? Robert Porter. 7365. At SBCglobal.net. All right. 7365. Oh.
How's it going, man? So you picked that one. Who? ABI. April 15th of 1999. And what?
1999. He's got enough anyway? No.
That's it.
How did he get through this?
It's still a J.
So it got through all this stuff that's going on?
I guess.
Don't take it into custody?
I'm not gonna take care of that. I'm gonna leave it open.
I don't get paid for this.
Oh, gosh.
So it's a good to know. My client we no-showed last week. The reason why is he was under an involuntary hold at the middle hospital. Oh, this guy. So now he's too competency, I guess. It's 1999.
He was not that old. He's like a month older than me. Or 1973.
What year were you born?
1973.
Were you? What,
Yeah, he was born June of 1973. I was born in July 1973.
so what year were you from A&M?
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, that's what's. Like 73 to 92. How old were you?
What, right now?
Wait. I'm doing the math wrong. You said you were class of 92 from A&M, but you were born in 73? So 19 years.
Oh, no. I'm class of 96.
Oh, there we go. I was like, damn, dude, you guys like a savant or something.
High school, I graduated.
Oh, gives crap to high school.
92? Yeah. 4 years. He's underlying 5.
Still a little stupid guy. Turn something.
What are you doing? He wants to go. He said he wants to.
Yeah, I know. Turn something into business. You don't stop that.
That's less than a year ago.
He's just worn out.
I feel that way. I'm saying.
Not the years, it's the mileage. You got a month difference, bro. Why they make you, one thing I never understood, so when you quest something on e-discovery, they make you like. Why is there always a delay to get it? Seems like it should just be instantaneous and it's on the server, right?
Yeah, right.
It depends on the site.
Have you tried to download stuff for me?
If you know, I mean, I don't know if y'all use the same system we do, but like if I submit a discovery request today, it may not be until Wednesday or Thursday until it's approved. Depending on how big it is. It's just like one report, something like that. Yeah. But it doesn't feel like the approval should take much longer.
Yeah.
You what?
You thought.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness, it's Jordan Brown.
Did y'all finish with Brown?
Yeah, we're doing French.
Oh. Well, that answers my next question.
Yes.
Murder or manslaughter?
Yes.
Murder, we can match for manslaughter.
Gum over there.
The eventual one?
No, he's got no streets. Yeah. And I think the price has- Yes. Yes, Powell. See what happens.
I didn't see much of the case.
So, yeah, so it's the judge, which makes it even harder. If it had been a jury, he made a mistake, and I said. One guy in particular was like, do what you can. do. And so I'm like, well, that guy was not gonna give him a big sentence. But the judge obviously. That's all. We'll see. I would agree, yes. Hold on. Yeah.
I think the judge shot the wheel punch. Look, I'll give you this, or you can take chances with the wheel. You can get as low as, let's say, 20 years.
Oh,
They could get life.
Oh.
I think that might be slightly better.
I know, but it's interesting. So perfect for like running hands. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say.
Quite literally biblical,
Yes.
casting lots or something for, oh, jeez, it's just so wrong.
And
Yo, God, yeah. I never saw the remake. The original was just so campy.
hi, yes, they have your client, I'm sorry, your witness has the link.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
No, he's not logged on yet, but it's not till 2.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I'll.
He's probably thinking it's not gonna go.
Just so campy and
Yeah.
cheapy and excellent.
So I'm like, no, you all have fooled me too many times.
Can you be a Zoom though? That's gonna make life easier.
I think so too.
13 maybe?
So we need to.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Or maybe just break some. Wait a minute. I'm thinking of Total
Yeah, can you
Recall.
just like-
Total Recall had Colin Farrell. And they are remaking Running Man as we speak. And yeah, production's gonna wrap up this year.
You know what? They have no new ideas.
Marketing and everything will be ready early 2025.
But Adam, they're also remaking Roadhouse.
I know, I'm not too excited about that one though. As what Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Yes.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
But you know what? Come up with some new ideas. That is why I watch the K dramas and the Thai dramas, because they're new stories.
I have a Everything Everywhere All at Once recorded. I heard that's like one of the, like, it won Best Picture last year. But they said it's like actually one of the more unique stories. Like for the first time, there's actually a new plot.
Okay,
So I got it recorded on my DVR.
I need to look at that.
It's supposed to be good.
But I'm also watching the series, The Uncanny Counter and the Attorney Wu. All right, Amadeon Smith. And still, Deputy Laura, you know what my favorite is? Vincenzo. Hello, how are you doing?
Good.
All right, so what we've had on this case, we did the community court referral because he's homeless. And then he was accepted into Cross Point. So what is happening here? What is the issue? Why is he before me in custody?
Your Honor, the defendant left Cross Point and he picked up a new offense. It's a terroristic threat at a Walmart. And then when he was in custody, he picked up another offense. He picked up a harassment of a jailer there. So I have made an offer. But I don't believe that defense has had an opportunity to review all those the 3 new cases yet, Judge. So that's.
Well, has he been evaluated?
Well, he was not fully judged. He was evaluated to get into the community court, but that evaluation is not the same as a full competency eval. And I was talking to Mr. Wilkins, I think that's the appropriate thing to do at this point.
All right, Mr. Smith, you're not under oath, but have you ever been in a hospital or diagnosed with anything?
I'm schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic, but I'm competent.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. And my suggestion, someone needs to walk across the hall to the mental health court, see if this is someone they will take, because they do have openings. So have him referred to the mental health court. So does somebody want to see?
I'll go.
All right, so if you'll go across the hall,
That's Judge Ron Hell's.
yes, and see if they are willing to accept him. So if you do the referral to the mental health court, then they can address all these issues, because it appears to me, and I may be wrong, but it appears to me his leaving Cross Point are issues with the community court. There are issues that need to be addressed mentally with him.
That was my assessment as well, Judge.
All right, so if you will see about getting him a referral today to the mental health court, Mr. Smith, what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a referral for you to mental health court. They do have openings, but that's going to take place while you're in custody. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do they have you on medications at the jail?
They do, but it's not my trazodone that happens. I press them so often.
All right. So counsel, if you can contact with them, the mental health, and let them know what his meds are, you're probably going to need to have documentation for that, because they just can't take your word and say this is the meds I'm on. Do you have any family members?
His mom is up in Fredericksburg, and it's been a tentative relationship. I'd been in contact with her before, and it's not a good situation. Last I talked with her, Ms. Smith said he's been talking to her since, and I will reach out to her again.
Well, the mental health at the jail for men is 6271. So my suggestion would be, and then you all can, of course, negotiate how you want to negotiate. But the first thing he needs to be is probably stable. So if you all want, if you'll explain to him what the mental health court is, do a referral to mental health court. Let's get that done today, because they fill up quickly. You all may want to talk to Sally Onkelberg, and then talk to the nurse at the jail and let her know what his meds are. Have you ever been through the Center for Healthcare Services?
Ma'am.
Who are you gone to for the for
I was going to MRA Houston.
Houston?
He was previously living in Houston.
All right. So they should be able still to look up his records on the computer at the Bexar County Jail, so that he can get on his right medications. Because if he's not on his right or correct medications, we're gonna have issues. So let's see if we can get that done as quickly as possible. And we are going to recall you. Norma, can you recall this back for the week of February 19th? I know 19th is a holiday, so if you could put it on one of those other days. All right, so we're going to come back on February 22nd, and that's just to make sure that everything is processing the way it should be. So by the 22nd, there should be already on their radar a referral for mental health court. Your attorney is going to call the jail to make sure you're on the correct medications, and we'll go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have any questions about anything? All right, we'll see you there. And if the medications at the jail, if they're causing you any side effects, you got to let them know, because otherwise they won't know. Okay? All right, thank you.
I need to get those meds from him one more time.
Yeah, that's no problem. Next one's case is better. I understand why. No, they got into an argument at the gas station, I don't know why, and so I think they wanted them out to continue to. Pitch walks away. Getting yelled at presumably,
Yeah.
and then as he's walking away. then it moves down to-
All right, Dharma on Gus Gallegos. All right, Mr. Gallegos, if you'll step down.
No, seriously.
Yeah, and that's.
Not that it's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Hello.
I haven't been out of my room, had a few accidents.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do they have you on any medication at the jail?
Yeah, but I got sick about during Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and so I wasn't taking anything because I was real nauseous and no one, they wouldn't listen to me about the nurse because you had to write in, then they had to see you, and then they wouldn't go any further than whether it was aspirin. So I had to recover by myself because I don't know what I drank. Cause like I had some water or it was in the Kool-Aid or something I ate, and so I didn't take anything for a while, but they just asked me if I wanted to or not, and I haven't been able to get out of my room for a few days, so.
Okay,
Because I also fell from my bed around Thanksgiving, so then they put me in the basement ward on that building back there,
Mhm.
not sure what they call it, but the one I'm from, you know which building. So, after a while, I haven't been able to even comb my hair and stuff, but
okay.
yeah, I look like 50 years older.
You look fine.
But no, I've been in my room and then they keep going into the ward or the whole building.
Mhm.
So I've been shuffled around a few times, and
Okay.
I was supposed to come in on September 5th was my first paper.
Mhm.
And then they sent me to the machine, the computer, and
Mhm.
from there I never got seen again. But I had a slip sent, and then it was marked and stamped.
Okay, so have you seen somebody yet or no?
Just as the first time to see you.
Well, no, have you seen a nurse or anybody at the jail?
Oh, they still haven't listened to me. They don't pertain to anything else except for whether I have really any medicine, or you try to get across to them even aspirin, and then they tell you have to talk to the doctor and talk to the nurse, and so I don't get anywhere.
All right, so I'll call over there to make sure that everything's being taken care of, all right?
All right, but
But
I'm
here's the thing,
here
I'm
today.
not a doctor or nurse,
I know that,
so
but
I'm just gonna let
I
them
know, I
know
was
to
just
talk to
saying
you.
that I look real, I mean, I can see me now, we don't have mirrors.
Mhm.
And then I haven't been able to, they shuffle me around because of the rest of the building.
Mhm.
And so I haven't been able to even comb my hair and stuff. And like, I look real dreary.
Okay,
I just thought, well, because I can see me right there in you.
Mhm.
But I'm here to talk about today what my court is, right?
okay,
So I just wanted to tell you, I would have prepared a little bit.
okay, all right. No, you look fine. All right.
Oh, I'm from Austin. Before I keep telling them that I'm from Austin,
Mhm.
and I was going right back like in August. I had talked to my mom, and I had gone to IHOP, and I got caught up over at Whataburger,
Mhm.
and the same thing keeps going on. Like I don't know if it's the echoes or what it could be. Um, Kind of wire me up, and I haven't done anything at all except in there. That's
Okay.
the thing, whatever they have beeping in there, like the whistle or whatever you call it, buzzers. And I've tried to tell them that I was going right back to Austin, Texas, down
Mhm.
the road from my 35. And why I'm telling you that, because I'm not from here. I came to visit the zoo and the Riverwalk or the Mercado where they have the little Fiesta in the back and all that stuff. And I've been stuck in there for like 5-6
Okay,
months.
so let me tell you, this is what we're gonna do.
And
Your attorney
Mhm.
had an emergency, so he can't be here.
Mhm.
Ms. Ferguson, when will his attorney be able to be here? All right, so they're gonna bring you back to Judge Carruthers Court tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Judge Carruthers will be able to address whatever issues that are happening in medical. So remember to let your attorney know.
well,
And
can I ask you, ma'am, since I'm from Austin, can't I go back to Austin already?
well, you'll have to talk to your attorney about that because I'm not in
Just-
charge of that.
So you're not just the judge already?
Yeah, I'm the judge, but I'm not your attorney. So you'll have to talk to your
I
attorney.
have to talk to the attorney too.
Yes. All right, so
Am I done? Well, she's
yes,
not
you're done.
Well, can I ask you one last thing?
Sure.
If you're gonna address the doctor, right? Can I get up to commissary? Cause I was in basement floor and
Mhm.
I haven't been able to go back up there. They keep forgetting me or I've been shuffling around. And I was wondering if I could see about getting to another cell or how to go about a better cell, cause I get left out of a lot of stuff.
Okay, I tell you what I'll do. I'll make a phone call today
Uh-huh.
to see about you being allowed commissary, all right?
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you so much. All right, your witness is here, Mr. Wilkins.
Okay, thank
And then Norma, once they have that hearing in Judge Carruthers Court, we need to put him back in the system and not lose track of him. All right, and Hank, do you want to call your witness on the phone and just let him know we're almost ready for him?
Okay, yes,
And tell him there will be no further resets.
okay, yes, ma'am.
Thanks. Thank you, Jordan.
I was just dropping something off. I didn't want to sneak out without saying hello and goodbye
Okay.
with you and Mother Boyd if she's watching.
Oh,
But,
Mom Boyd is always watching. Good seeing you.
Use- I'm good.
Thank you. Yes.
You're gonna be calling a witness in just a second. I got a mediation starting 5 minutes ago. Can I step to the back and check in? I'm not going anywhere, I swear.
Okay.
I won't go anywhere.
All right, sure. What's happening with your client, though?
We're doing the do.
Okay.
Today.
All right,
Only
thank
me
you.
smoke.
Okay. All right, on his client, there's supposed to be a plea, and that's,
Thanks. You-
you're welcome. Have a great day, okay? All right, thank you. And then your client is,
My client's in the box, Your Honor.
all right,
He's in the
thank
back
you.
over there.
No, oh, yes. No. You're welcome. And then state, Mr. Tomas Hernandez, he showed up, but I think he showed up at maybe 12:05 or something. Do y'all have any objections to the warrant being recalled?
No, Your Honor, is that set tomorrow?
No, his attorney may or may not have COVID. He came in this morning, so
Oh, yeah.
you all may or may not have COVID.
Great. Okay, yes, ma'am, no objection.
Okay.
We'll get him from downstairs, Judge.
Yes, if you would have him brought up. All right, and could I get a stamp on this case? All right, Frank Sanchez,
Ready on.
thank you. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 8647, State of Texas versus Frank A. Sanchez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garrett here, Your Honor.
for the defense?
Robert Porter.
And are you Mr. Sanchez? All right, Mr. Porter has been appointed to represent you today. Your attorney is not present. Do you have any objections to Mr. Porter being appointed?
No.
Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Frank A. Sanchez who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8647 for the offense of burglary of a habitation on March 30th, 2023 for a term of 5 years?
Yes.
Right. And defense, do you waive notice?
I did, Judge.
right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violating condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Frank A. Sanchez did in there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of September 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
Will waive the remaining violating conditions.
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion and sentence you up to 5 years in the prison and up to a $500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
All right. State, what are you requesting?
Revocation.
And defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're gonna ask that you follow the recommendations by the probation to hold him in custody to complete his mental health evaluation, TAP evaluation, followed either by DDRF or.
Slow down.
ISF.
Okay, so you're asking for,
Reinstatement just for his evaluations and either DDRF or ISF, Judge. And if I may,
yes,
Mr. Sanchez basically did nothing. He's living at Haven for Hope. He turned himself in. He was tired, and if the court looks at what he told the initial officers, look at, I'm just tired, turned myself in, I just want to do time. But on reflection, basically what he was saying is this: he started using marijuana again, and he just couldn't keep thinking it was wrecking his life. And so right now, and as I speak with Mr. Sanchez, and I truly feel this, right? He said, maybe if he gets the help for the marijuana, he can get his life back in instead of letting the demons of marijuana run him. I explained to him what the lockdown facilities are, but that's what he wants to do. He understands why he did what he did, and he wants to face those demons.
all right. Is there anything you would like to say?
I really just
Well,
want to say.
Do you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God, yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Frank Alvaro Sanchez, and I just wanted to say that marijuana really is wrecking my life, and I don't think going to prison is gonna help that. I think going to SFI or a program is gonna help me not doing time. That's all I would like to say.
All right, any questions?
No.
Any questions?
No, Judge.
All right, so where have you been?
I've been staying in Haven for Hope, and I out on the streets.
Was a TAP evaluation ever done? Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
Yes, ma'am. I was diagnosed with schizoaffective.
Okay, it seems like everybody's diagnosed with schizoaffective.
Also anxiety, what is it called?
It's not appear that it's not evaluation.
So why didn't you just report?
Well, I did go to the Haven for Hope, but I just started using them with drugs, and I just didn't care, man. And
All
I
right.
think it's because I should have gone to the ISF instead of the probation. But I wasn't offered ISF, I was offered prison time or time in the hospital. And that's basically why I didn't go. I was just so confused. I just used marijuana, and the drugs that I was prescribed, I had them at the Haven for Hope, and I would go take them. I had one dosage left, which gave me deep depression.
All right, because on the recommendation, it says that you were asking for time instead of probation. So you're saying you're not?
Yeah, I'm not, ma'am. I was really rude, and I apologize for that.
All right. I am a firm believer in giving people help if they need the help and if the help has not been given. So I do understand that there's the mental health issue, which is what probation has before me. Of course, I'm weighing that against your gang affiliation, which is troubling for the court.
And Judge, when it comes to that, again, I don't have any evidence to prove either or, but I do know this much after speaking with him. I guess that we call them blacklists. If you're caught talking to people, hanging around people, you're labeled as a member.
Mhm.
I'm been informed that, no, he's never been a member, but he does know members.
Sort of like if you're caught eating Girl Scout cookies, then you are
You're a
Girl
Girl
Scout. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give you a choice. And normally I can't give people choices. So these are your choices. You can go to prison for 2 years. You'll be done. You get out. At the most you'll do is 2 years. Or I can deny the motion and continue you. You're going into custody. You're not going to be released from custody until the mental health evaluation is done. I don't know, because of the gang evaluation, I understand what you're saying about the gang affiliation council. I don't know if will local ISF accept him or DDRF with gang affiliation. I don't know the answer to that.
I think I would like to take the 2 years.
All right, see, there we go. Thank you. So you don't need to look into that. He wants the 2 years. Okay. And look at this. It's a Monday. It's always nice when you learn something new, because then you say, that's why I'm here, so I can learn that. Now I know gang affiliation can't go to DDRF. All right. See, so it appears they were correct when they said you wanted time. So I'm going to grant the motion. Are you asking me to give you 2 years?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Do we have a restitution to Virgilio Estrada? All right, there's no contact with Virgilio, Virgilio Estrada. And there's to be no contact with the street of Losoya, Losoya. So you're not to go on that street. You understand? Going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. If you truly have mental health issues, you had better make sure you have that taken care of. Otherwise, you're going to be right back here.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Virgilio Balsadua. Mr. Porter? Mr. Balsadua, have you seen your attorney?
Is your name Chair?
Yes.
You need a correct.
No, his attorney is going to speak to him. He's been on the docket more than once. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me give that to you. Norma, can you pull that file and give her the probation report?
Ready to swear to it now.
The case we just completed, Mr. Sanchez.
Your Honor, do you want to talk to Hernandez?
Yes, let's bring him out. Hello.
Hello, miss.
Hey, I heard you fell out in the back when they were taking you to custody,
Yes,
throwing yourself on
ma'am.
the floor. Well, here's the thing. Throwing yourself on the floor crying because you've been taken into custody, you know what that results in?
That makes me look like a little girl.
No, I mean, excuse me, do not say bad things about little girls. That's saying something bad things about little girls, because little girls don't do that. But you know what ends up happening when you go in the back and you throw yourself on the floor? You just on a dirty floor.
That's true.
And then you know what ends up happening? The deputy calls somebody And this deputy and the other deputy, they just will drag you out. Now, why were you late for court this morning?
I'm actually on some medication right now that's supposed to help me for my anxiety and depression and other stuff. And I actually had my alarm set for 6:30 a.m. this morning, so I can go ahead and shave this little bit off, take my shower, get some breakfast, and actually be here an hour early.
All right, so let me give you a hint. This is what you have to do, and this is what I do. If you know,
I have 2 phones with the alarm.
here's the thing, they didn't work for you
They
today.
didn't miss, and I woke up this morning mad.
So this is what you need to do. You need to set your alarm and set it in increments, because this is what I've discovered from some people. Some people, the alarm goes off, then they hit the snooze and they continue to hit the snooze. I'm recalling this case for tomorrow, and guess what? You better be on time.
I got it for 6:30, 6:32, 6:34, 6:36.
Oh, here's the thing.
6:38. That's how I have my alarm.
This is the thing. I'm not in charge of your alarm clock, but I'm going to recall the warrant, and you had better be in here tomorrow on time
be an
at
hour
9
early.
a.m.
I'm gonna be an hour early, man.
Oh, well, if you're here an hour early, which means you'll be here at 8, just sit on the bench.
I'll sit on the bench.
And you know what? If you're sitting on that bench, when these doors open, you better be in here.
I'm gonna greet you in the morning, miss.
Well, I mean, don't greet me. The deputies will get concerned about that, but all right. Norma, if you can give him a reset form for tomorrow at 9 a.m. All right?
Thank you, miss.
Take off your custody.
Don't fall out on the floor back there. Norma, Tomas will be back tomorrow at 9. And I know there are issues with his attorney, but. And Hank, you did speak to your witness?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 57. Where is Ted Wood?
He stepped out in the back, Judge. I don't know where he went.
Did somebody check to see if he's back there? Okay. Court is calling 2023 CR 5795, State of Texas versus Paul Alexander Cantu. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Ted Wood, I represent Mr. Cantu.
are you Paul Cantu? Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge, yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cantu, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes.
Showing you the true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Cantu, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with arson of a building? And that is a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yeah.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
No.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Not until I got the plea.
Well, we're talking about now.
Yes.
So did you intend to give up those rights and
Yes.
enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, but I thought the cap was 10,
No, if I were to grant your application for deferred adjudication,
which is probation.
which is a form of probation, if you were to mess up on it and your probation were revoked, this cap of 10 would not apply. I would be able to sentence you, if I so choose, to 20 years. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge, he has, and I would like to speak to the issues that y'all just discussed when I get a chance.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Judge, again, I would like to speak to those when I have a chance.
All right. Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge, and I had him examined in
Right.
Judge Carruthers' court.
All right, and I'm assuming he was competent?
Yes, Judge, but again, I'll speak to that in just a minute.
All right, Mr. Cantu, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state is silent on your application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. There's to be restitution, if any, to KFM Partners LTD. Did you understand that to be the plea?
I thought it was plea just for probation, not for in prison, 10-year cap.
No, what this plea means is that the state is not going to tell the court that they want you to have probation. They're not going to tell the court they don't want you to have probation. They're not going to make any comments on your application. The only thing they will be allowed to speak to is if there's some sort of fact issue.
Okay.
But I will make the decision on whether or not you have probation or not, and your attorney will be able at the time of sentencing present witnesses or whatever evidence he would like to be presented to the court for me to make an informed decision on whether or not to grant your application. Do you understand?
Yes,
All right. So did you understand that to be the plea?
yes.
State, is that the
Now
plea?
I understand. It is, Your Honor.
Defense.
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes.
State, any evidence?
No objections, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Judge, and I told Mr. Cantu he was only giving up those rights for this proceeding only. This
Yes,
was not a permanent waiver. This was only for this proceeding.
yes. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Probation on this case, we need a MIC evaluation, gang evaluation, and TAP evaluation.
And Judge, I can't remember for sure. You may know better than I. Can he be considered for felony drug court as well? He had a little bit of a meth problem.
All right, we can do a referral to felony drug court
I
as well.
think the dual diagnosis would be most appropriate for him, Judge.
All right, and if you'll talk to them to make sure there's a smooth transition.
Can I drop your name?
Sure. That is fine.
It always works wonders. Judge.
Drop it, but don't let it touch the ground.
Trust me.
Okay. All right.
Sanitary.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. When do we come back on this case? Yes.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll come back on March 21st. And if you're able to speak to felony drug court before then, counsel, and they decide to accept him, that will help us with the TAP evaluation and the MIC evaluation.
I'll do it, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else? Yes.
No.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Jason.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, if nobody else is ready, we're gonna take up this case. Mr. Porter, are you ready on Balsa do? I don't know.
No, Judge, I didn't want to interrupt the court. When you were up in conference. I
Okay.
need to visit with him quick.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
I have the signature from the hardest judge, working judge in the courthouse.
Aw,
Here,
thank you.
sorry, my bitch, like,
But is this for our court?
there might be one for your court in there. I can send one.
Okay, that's okay. We're here. So how's everything going?
Oh, no, just another day here.
I did.
Spent too much time at this camp tire. I had a nail in my tire this morning.
Oh my God. You know, one day I had, my tire just blew. This has been years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, who do I call? And I called the hardest working attorney, Cornelius Cox. I'm like, Cornelius, I'm on 10. What are you doing? He's like, Stephanie, I'm on my way. And that was one of the most terrifying experience because cars are whizzing by. You think, oh, I'm on the shoulder to be fine. Oh my gosh. When the tow people came, I was just like, I'm going to close my eyes. I need you to hold my hand and guide me. Yeah.
So the little man, we're trying to get him to wear sunglasses now.
Mhm.
He doesn't look away from the sun.
Yes.
This is him this morning on the way.
Oh, he's
He's
such a
naked.
cutie. Okay, you have to send that to me so I can give it to mom.
He's not fighting him too.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Good one.
You too. Okay, Cano. Why do I have these two files, Morrison and Cano? I think that's done. And what's the name of the person, Hank?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the name of your case?
Thomas.
Joe Anthony Thomas is the defendant.
All right, could I see the file on Joe Anthony Thomas, please? Yes. All right, they're gonna get the file and then we will start. 2022. All right, and could you put that in the Verjus file? All right, thank you. Mr. Fox, I was just telling them the story of how you rescued me when I had the blowout on the freeway.
For me in some parts of Good Samaritan.
I was like, great.
I can't help. Something about ending life disapproving.
Yes, how's it going?
Oh,
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Not who we want to win, but who will win.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree, Judge.
I'm not gonna agree to that.
I think it's, the writers, that's how they scripted it, you know?
The real question is Travis Kelce going to propose? Because right now it's plus 1,100 and I'm really thinking about taking that action. I was like, man, it just feels like it's just too perfect of a setup.
Let me just tell you,
So-
I don't think they are gonna win.
I think so after I watched the playoff game, San Francisco, I mean, they came back from so far behind and then just crushed them.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know.
I'm not going with the Chiefs. Not gonna do it. No.
What's the line?
Oh, I haven't even looked at it. You know what? I'm going out there on my heart.
500, 500.
And in my heart, I'm saying no.
I don't know what mine are.
Is it a conspiracy?
Great.
Oh, so.
Huh?
That's not like
But,
a handcuffs, that's too.
I don't know. A quarterback.
Purdy or Travis Mahomes? Kansas City or Mahomes.
Hello, Officer Erdman.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Okay, and today this is going to happen. This will be the last day for you to be here. We finished with our jury trial, so we're going to take this matter up.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, let me see. All right. Are you guys ready? Hank, you ready? Adam, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready. Should I have my client come up?
If you all want to do it from seated position, you can, or if you all want to come up, you can, however you want to do it.
It's plugged in with something underneath here.
Something underneath it.
No. It's like attached to that, I think. Probably just have it.
So somebody just left it.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2020 CR 3270, State of Texas versus Joe Anthony Thomas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins to the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Adam LaHood for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Thomas?
Yes, ma'am.
I know that there's been some time from when we started this hearing to now. The court has been in jury trial on 2 separate cases since that date. So you entered a plea of not true to number 1 and number 5. Everything else was waived without objection. And where we left off, there was an exhibit that was admitted, which was a video. All right. And the person who was on the witness stand was Officer Erdman.
Yes, Your Honor. And so I've conferred with defense counsel. I've made redactions to that video that's already been admitted, and I'd like to publish those at this time.
We have no objections as to that redacted video, Judge.
All right. And what's the exhibit number?
Mark them yet, Judge. Do we have, I guess 3, or we took 3? Is that it?
I will have to look through my notes.
I believe it's gonna be 3, Judge, because I believe the drug ID report is 1.
Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember, don't talk away
Oh, sorry.
conversationally from the court reporter.
That's fine.
Yes, one moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor, I believe that we've admitted State's Exhibit 1. Oh, sorry, can I approach?
Yes, that's okay.
And State's Exhibit 2 is the unredacted body worn. And so I have one portion of the body worn that I'd like to admit as State's Exhibit 3.
Okay. So is there any objection? There was no objection to State's Exhibit number 1, correct?
Oh, Your Honor, we stipulated.
All right. And then with regards to State's Exhibit number 2, which the court has previously seen.
We're not objecting to that either, judges. The redacted portion of the video, which is a statement made by Mr. Thomas, which is admissible.
All right. So State's Exhibit number 1 and number 2, just in case there was some confusion, those have been admitted without objection. And then your other exhibit, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, I have State's Exhibit 3 and State's Exhibit 4, and those are both portions of Officer Erdman's body worn camera. And they've, the defense counsel and I have looked at these together. They're different statements that the defendant made on the body worn camera. I'd just like to publish them to the court.
All right. Any objection to State's Exhibit 3 and 4?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then State's Exhibit number 3 and 4 are admitted.
Could I use the, do you want me to put them back? Here?
Yes. Do you have the
The drive?
Yes.
ma'am.
You won't be able to see them and I just share.
Okay, I'll go. Thank you. See, you are the tech person.
Do you want me to come around, Judge?
Oh, I have it.
So just to give the court some context, the portions that are muted are, there's a part of the video where Officer Erdman says you're under arrest, and so we're not trying to play anything after that. This is all before that, Judge.
All right, so the exhibit that you've given me, what exhibit number is that?
That's number 3, Judge.
All right, State's Exhibit number 3, and are you asking that that be published?
Yes, ma'am, and if we could go to.
Just one
Yes,
moment.
ma'am.
Second, let me pause.
Actually, it's like nutrition snacks.
Okay,
On the top right, Judge, what we're trying to get to is 0103. The rest of it should be muted.
It's about 30 minutes ahead, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Just about 5 minutes. Before that.
okay, here we are.
Yes, ma'am.
In just one moment. Let me do this. Just 1 second. I want to make sure the audio is on. Okay, it is. Should this have audio, this portion, or no?
No, ma'am, in about 1 minute.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's worth kind of clicking ahead because we're just almost there.
Okay.
Why?
Because you're under arrest.
Am I under
Yes,
arrest?
you have
Am I
coke in your
being
car.
detained? No, he just said I'm waiting for.
All right, and I'm telling you, you had coke in your car. You're under arrest. Stay seated. Stay quiet. They'll read you your rights when they get here, and they start questioning.
Did you have authorization to go in my car?
Yeah, because you're under arrest.
Okay, so that's that portion, Judge. I believe that the rest of it should be muted.
Okay,
And then this is exhibit 4.
all right. All right, and this is State's Exhibit number 4.
Yes, ma'am. So on this one, Judge, we're trying to go to 35 minutes.
Okay.
So just about 7 minutes. I did these out of order, I'm sorry. Judge.
Oh, no, no problem.
So this was earlier in time than State's Exhibit 3.
All right, we'll start it at 34:04.
What's that white shit that was in your driver's side?
2230.
Tell us now, because we're going to find out anyway.
You're gonna find out either way.
Yeah, but it helps with getting a test kit for it.
Hey, you're gonna find out either way.
Alright.
This wasn't even my fault. I accidentally.
And that's all we wanted to play, Judge.
All right. All right, any other questions for Officer Erdman?
I'm not sure where I got to in my questioning of the officer. I know.
You can start wherever you want to start,
Okay.
yes.
So
And just 1 second, Officer Erdman, you're still under oath?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Officer Erdman, so when you were, were you able to hear those excerpts from your body cam that were displayed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the second clip that we watched, what are you trying to determine from the defendant?
What the substance was that that I found in the driver's side door of the arrested person's vehicle.
And why did you believe it was his vehicle?
It was pointed out to me that that was the vehicle.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
And what are his response to you? What did you learn anything from your question?
He was just saying that I'll find out what it is anyway. So at that point, I just got an evidence unit to test the substance.
And in the first clip that we watched, in State's Exhibit 1, were you questioning the defendant at that time?
Was that the clip from today, the first video?
Yes, sir.
No, I was not questioning the defendant at that time.
Okay. I don't have any further questions, sir.
Yeah,
Defense.
of course. Officer, is it Erdman? I'm sorry, my eyes are.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my name's Adam LaHood. I don't know if you can see me on camera. I'm the defense attorney.
Oh, if you come over this way, he'll be able to see.
There we go. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well, sir.
All right. I just have a few questions for you. Did
Yes,
you
sir.
ever observe the defendant, Mr. Thomas, who's saying here, driving the vehicle?
No, sir.
Did you ever observe him in the vehicle?
No, sir.
Did you ever observe him possessing narcotics in his control?
No, sir.
Okay. Pass witness, Judge.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?
Yes.
Excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Officer Erdman.
I appreciate your
And-
time.
You're welcome, and you will not be needed for tomorrow or any other day.
Okay. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, any further witnesses state?
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Your Honor, we'll rest without calling witnesses, just argument.
All right, the court will hear argument, state.
Your Honor, we're asking for revocation in this case.
Well, let's go back to the true, not true portion. So he pled not true to violations 1 and 5. If you want to address those. And if parties need a chance to get their thoughts together, I can take up this motion to revoke and then you all can get your thoughts together.
I just want to see what number 5 is. I remember number 1.
Do y'all need time to get your thoughts together?
I think I'm ready, Judge.
Okay.
So on violation of condition number 1, we heard testimony from the officer. We saw his body cam. We were able to hear his body cam. In that first, in State Exhibit 1, when the defendant asks, did you have authorization to go in my car? I believe that's a statement that the defendant made, not in response to questioning. He's just volunteering that information. And I think a reasonable inference that you can make from the testimony that you heard and from the body cam is that the car he's talking about is the car that was searched. And what was found in that car was the cocaine, or I'm sorry, was it cocaine? Was cocaine, Judge. And then in State's Exhibit 4, when he says, what's the white stuff that we found in the driver's side of that vehicle? When Officer Erdman asked the defendant that, and the defendant says, well, y'all are going to find out anyway. And so I think it's a reasonable inference from what you've heard today, Judge, that the defendant was in possession of a controlled substance in violation of condition number 1, Your Honor. So we're asking that you find violation of condition number 1.
And with regards to violation of condition number 5?
Violation of condition number 5 is about a firearm, Your Honor, and I'm looking through the body cam for that witness. He didn't address that the night of, so I don't have anything to bring to the court to support that violation, Your Honor.
All right, so with regards to violation of condition number 5, the court is finding that not true. And I'll hear argument with regards to violation of condition number 1.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Judge, as you know, I try to be pragmatic and don't waste time. We're not contesting the fact that it was narcotics. We stipulate to that. What we have a serious issue, though, is that the state has a proof problem, namely the fact that this officer and any information he gathered was a result of hearsay. Our argument from the very outset of this hearing, I think a couple of weeks ago to now, is that it may be possible to prove the allegations, but not through this officer. I asked him, I think, 2 or 3 questions on cross-examination. Did you ever see him possess of drugs? No. Did you ever see him in the car? No. Did you ever admit to owning drugs? No. They have a proof problem. Again, we'll stipulate that what they found was narcotics. I'm not going to contest. I didn't want to waste the court's time with that. That's why we stipulated as to the lab expert. What they have absolutely failed to show, what they have failed to prove, is that Mr. Thomas was in possession of narcotics, even that it was his car. They're trying to kind of backdoor or, put a square peg into a round hole, if you want to say, saying, well, you'll find out. You'll find out, I guess, eventually. Judge, this isn't an admission by any means. Based upon that, and even with the lower burden of proof, Judge, I believe the state has failed, and we asked the court to find the allegation not true as to count 1, simply for the fact that they don't have a witness to prove possession, which is absolutely necessary for this case.
Okay. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to re-listen to the videos because honestly, that's what this comes down to, what was in the videos and what was heard. And I know you're saying you heard something differently than what the court heard. So I'm going to play the videos again, and then I'm going to give you my decision. So if I could have the exhibits.
And then I've got some notes, Adam.
What's up?
Take a lead.
So
Oh,
this is
but-
when.
Oh, that's fine. The timestamps?
Yeah.
Yeah, that make, oh, I actually turned this off, Judge, sorry.
No
Yeah,
problem.
there's timestamps on there for the sake of expediency. It goes to tell you, I guess, where to start watching.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. Oh, I need. You've given me the other ones. Okay, yes. All right, just have a seat and I'll get right back to you. And in the meantime, let me take up Virgilio Balsadua.
Where you are? Yeah, I'm gonna step down and get some water. I'll be right back.
Yes, yes. Yes. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 2564, State of Texas versus Virgilio Balsadua Jr. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, and Your Honor.
Defense?
Robert Porter.
And are you Mr. Balsadua? How do you pronounce your first name?
Virgilio, it's Virgil.
I did it. I did it correctly. I'm so proud of myself. Sometimes you have to celebrate your own victories.
I appreciate you.
All right. So, oh, thank you. All right. Your attorney has been appointed to represent you today because your previous attorney has not made an appearance. Do you have any objection to this attorney? Right. And have you had contact with your previous attorney?
Secretary reached out to me about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and didn't really say much. Didn't really give me too much information. Other than that, he did get with me, and they never did.
All right. And Mr. Porter, are you waiving your time notice? All right, Mr. Balsadua, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision and First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those with your attorney? Did you understand them?
I didn't.
All right. Are you the same Virgilio Balsadua Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 2564 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram on March 27, 2023 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1 on or about the 22nd day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Virgilio Balsadua Jr. committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? State?
Oh, I'm sorry, did you say true?
Yes, he said true.
Can't hear. One other one, Judge, violated condition number 1 on or about the 7th day of January 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Virgilio Balsadua Jr. committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violations.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to a $10,000 fine and up to 2 years in the state jail facility? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1 and 1? Court will find violation of conditions 1 and 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there is not.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
State, we will then plead, to each of the number 1s, the state will take into consideration each of those cases, Your Honor. One is 724-046 and the other one's 725-120, which are the thefts, and the state is recommending revocation.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're asking continuation on for adjudication. If I may swear him in.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
You can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for the record.
Virgil Balsadua.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Balsadua, we're here before the court on this motion to revoke. And you're asking this court to continue on your probation. Is that correct?
Please, yes.
What is it? Why should the court continue on your deferred?
I first of all, I think that I was fairly doing good on my probation until I lost my job.
So let me stop you there. What do you mean by you're fairly doing good on your?
I was reporting up to the time I lost my job.
So how many times did you miss your, or let me rephrase that. Were you reporting monthly?
Yes.
And did you miss, what did you first miss of the monthly report?
I can't recall exactly what day, but I believe it was I failed to report twice. the last
And,
two times.
and why is it that you failed to report?
The first time I was just I had to work. I called and left a message to my probation officer, and the second time I was supposed to report, I got arrested 2 days prior to that.
Okay. So having said that, you also mentioned a minute ago that you were doing well on probation.
Well, yes, I thought, well, as far as reporting, yes, sir.
And were you doing anything else with your probation?
I had a parenting class scheduled. Well, I'm waiting on the call back from the Fitch location. And they were gonna set me up for a date for my parenting class. And my TAP evaluation was complete as far as I was informed.
And if you were to continue on the probation, would you be able to do all the terms and conditions this court lays out for you to do?
Yes, sir, I would.
Oh, that's what it's true.
No question.
All right, what have you done on probation?
Just to tap and have my parenting class scheduled, or I was waiting for the call back for them to give me the date that I was supposed to be scheduled.
All right, so it appears that the only thing that you've done while you've been on probation is pick up 2 new cases.
Yes, ma'am. After I lost my job, yes. I mean, yeah, after I lost my job, I was kind of a little downhill from there. But
Probation, what's your recommendation?
Your Honor, the recommendation of this court summary is for state ISM cognitive track. And I would also recommend to use it. Nothing else to me. We don't have to have on file that is not needed. We don't have any erased file.
I don't think you're a good candidate for probation.
I think my job interfered with it a lot. I'm no longer working at that job anymore. I was hoping, my uncle was hoping to get me back into my old job at Ford Air.
No, there's no excuse for this.
Right.
Basically, you've done nothing. And you've been on probation since March 27, 2023. And I know, and you know, that everybody who comes before me who are placed on probation, I always say, is there anything else you need? Usually people will say no. I've had maybe 2% of the people say, yes, I need A, B, and C. And if it's within my power to give it, I'll give it. Some people say, well, I really need help with anger management. And then you know what I always tell them? If there's ever an issue with your probation officer where you feel like they're not addressing you, you can always come back to this court because I'm here, except on weekends, and say, these are my issues. Like if there was an issue with your job, all you had to do was come to the 187th and say, Judge, there's an issue with my job. I have to report at probation at this time, but I can't get off from my job. And we could have worked through that. But instead, what you did was, and I'm not taking in consideration, according to this, you hadn't been submitting UAs either, right?
Right.
And usually when people are on probation for a possession case and they're not submitting to UAs, that tells me they're using. Usually, right? So I just don't think you're a good candidate for probation. You haven't done anything. And you've had chance to do things.
I think given a second chance, I'll make it right. Make you proud, make my family proud.
All right, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to grant the motion. Does anybody wish to speak to time? State?
State.
Defense.
I do believe, Judge, that he is sincere about wanting to do rides. We would ask for the minimum.
All right. I'll sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. And if you do have a drug issue, which it appears that you may have one, I can ask them to place you in the therapeutic community. I'm not in charge of whether they place you in the therapeutic community or not. It will be completely up to them, but you'll have to ask for it. So it doesn't increase the amount of time that you're in custody. So would you like to be considered for that program? All right, so I'll add the therapeutic community. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, you do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. I understand that doing any type of time is hard time, but there has to be consequences for actions. You still have time to better your life, get off drugs, and get your life in order. All right, good luck to you. You're welcome. Okay, yes. Could you mute us, please? And stop video?
guess just the only other thing I would add to that is, I think if.
Oh, just one second. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back on this case tomorrow.
I can be here. I have juvenile,
Oh, whenever you can.
nonstop till like 12:30. That's okay.
No. If you can come over in the afternoon, we do have a murder trial that's scheduled.
Oh, geez.
But if you're here by 1:30,
Okay.
and we'll take yours up first thing. You think you'll be able to be here by 1:30?
I think so. Actually, I have somebody in their docket that morning too, Kruger.
Okay.
It's just a dope case I got a point on, so.
Okay.
so